Is this something? Are we alive? On the outside, at least? Yeah. Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool. So like I was saying, somebody asked years ago, whenever I was last live, where the 65 came from. So again, it was that the initial problem tells us that after 10 minutes, the egg is 65 degrees. So we can use that information to solve for what K is. Right? I know that if I plug in 10 for T, the final answer that I should get is 65. So that's why I set it equal to 65. I don't remember who asked that question, but yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Actually, use 30. Ah, I see. Okay. Cool. All right, so if we have this blue equation now, we want to know, well, now we want to use 30, right? Because this question says how long until it reaches 30. So now I will take this and set it equal to 30. We had to set it equal to 65 first and plug in 10 because we didn't know what K was. But now that we know what K was, all right, now we'll take our equation, set it equal to 30, and solve. And we would get, so let's do 30 minus 23, 7 divided by 77, natural log, divide by negative 0.061. And we should get 39.3097, so 0.310. And that is minutes. Minutes for what? Minutes to reach 30 degrees Celsius. So again, a very common problem where for any of these exponential growth or decay problems, where in order to solve it, we first need to go through an initial problem of first solving for what K is. And then once we know K, now we can actually use it to solve for whatever the actual number or actual piece that we want is. Okay, number 2, bottle of water has been sitting in a room that is 25 degrees Celsius. Colin wants to put it in the refrigerator. The refrigerator is 1.5 degrees Celsius. Before drinking, it cools at a rate of 2.9% per minute. Ideally, it will be 6 degrees before Colin drinks. How long will the water take to cool to the ideal temperature? All right. So our T0 comes from here. So no, again, I know it says that the room is 25 degrees, and the bottle of we're talking about the bottle of water, but the bottle of water has been inside the room. Okay, so we want to determine our information about the bottle of water, but the bottle of water is the same temperature as the room that it's been in. Okay, so we say the bottle of water's initial temperature also 25 degrees. We're putting it into the refrigerator, and the refrigerator is 1.5 degrees. K is 2.9% per minute. So not only do we have to change that to a decimal, to 0.029, but we also need to make it negative. All right, since it is cooling, it's decreasing, so that K has to be negative. All right, and our goal is to figure out how much time will it take to reach the ideal temperature, which in this case it tells us ideally it would be 6. So the goal is, how long will it take to hit 6 degrees? We pretty much have everything we need. C of t equals Ts plus T0 minus Ts e to the negative 0.029 times t. So this is the model for the equation. Come on, give me red. 25 minus 1.5 will be 23.5. So if my question is how long will it take to reach 6, then I'll just take my equation and set it equal to 6. So the only thing I'm missing is what is t, but that's the whole point. I'm trying to figure out how much time will it take. I want to solve for t. So we would take 6, subtract 1.5, so 4.5, divide by 23.5, take the natural log of both sides, and divide by negative 0.029. Let me type this in. So 56.997 minutes to reach the ideal temperature. Okay, so just using our law of cooling formula. All right, so a couple of things. First of which, so we had a meeting this morning with our staff talking about PFAs and what that should be like and what it's going to look like. So basically, at least now this probably will be different compared to other classes because I think each department is handling it differently. But for my class, for you guys doing your PFAs, all I'm going to do is you request them whenever you feel like you're ready. I periodically will check throughout the day to see if anybody's requested them, and whenever I see them requested, I will approve them. Right? The end. And you take them. Okay, so it's kind of transferring PFAs to viewing as more of a, like a homework assignment type style, where I'm not going to ask you to, be in a Zoom conference with me, or that we are all taking PFAs together at the same time. Okay, you just request it as you see fit, and I will approve it throughout the course of the day, like in between when I'm not teaching lessons and during my office hours and stuff. Okay, does that make sense? Is it clear? So I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. I don't want to have to complicate things for me or for you any more than they already are. So you request, I approve. You pass with 12 out of 10. The end. Right? Okay. Any questions on that before I move on to my next piece? How do we get 12 out of 10 on a PFA? Well, if you do it well enough, in the correct time, and you're doing all your questions correctly so far, and you enter in the secret Konami code, then it'll unlock the bonus questions. And when you unlock the bonus questions, that gives you the opportunity to get 12 out of 10. So you just got to make sure you're doing really well. Definitely. All right, cool. But PFAs are still a thing. They still exist. Yeah. Okay, so next up, I sent you, along with today's notes, which is just the warm-up, I sent you this file that's titled Murder Mystery, or if you open it up, it's titled Vacation. Okay, so I'll bring this up. And it looks like this. So this is kind of, it's a brief, not brief, activity though, that's using law of cooling. All right, it's kind of involved. And normally when I do this in class, I have you guys partner up and do it. Okay, so obviously we can't do that, and you shouldn't do that because you shouldn't be around other people. However, if when you work on this, you want to call up someone else in the class, FaceTime each other, or Zoom or Skype or whatever you can do, whatever you want to do to work on it together, I would love that. That'd be awesome. If you wanted to help each other out. So this will be something that I want you to send to me. Okay, this is not just a typical homework assignment. All right, this is a little more involved, a little more in depth. So this would be a good way for me to check to see that you're understanding things or not. Okay. So for this first day, these first 2 pages has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. Okay, and then after the 5th question, there's this part that says, before going on, have Mr. Abundis check your answers so far. Okay, now it's a bit hard to do. Again, it was easy to do in class whenever I could just come around, walk up to your paper, take a quick look, and be good to go. right? Obviously, I can't do that. However, I still would like for you to pause at this point, okay, for today, right? So my main focus for you tonight would be, or today, right now, tonight, would be to do 1 through 5. All right, try those first 2 pages that have the question 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, and then send me just like a brief. If you, again, it's harder to do, but send me like a brief check on like an email, or pop into my office hours later and say, hey, this is what I got for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so just like a really short email. You don't need to send me all your work and stuff like that. I mean, you can if you want me to, but you don't need to. Just here's what I got for these so I can do a quick check, because otherwise if you get one of these wrong, then it screws up the whole rest of the thing. So I want to make sure that you have those first 5 good to go. And then I'll check all those like tonight, and I'll send you some feedback, or answer questions about what is right or wrong or what you might need to fix. And then tomorrow class will be just kind of me hanging out here if you have questions to ask about it. And then like tomorrow's homework would be to finish off the last 2 pages. So 6 through 10. Now, I just kind of rambled for a while. Did that make sense? All right, so let me summarize. Tonight, 1 through 5, the first 2 pages. Stop there. All right, work with a partner. Okay, if you can, call somebody, FaceTime somebody, and you guys can work through it together. Right? Send me a quick email that just has kind of just the answers. You don't even need to send me the work. That way I can confirm that you're doing well so far. And then tomorrow in class, I'll be here to answer more questions, and then tomorrow night's homework would be to finish off 6 through 10. Am I making sense? I know I'm talking to myself mostly, but is this resonating? Yes, thank you, Abby. Question? Is it okay to just write the answers on a separate paper? Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can do this however you do it. I don't expect you to like print this paper off and do it on there. So, you can just do this on your notebook paper or on just like some printer paper that you have, or whatever works. Okay. And then at the end, so after everything is finished, after everything's finished, so like after tomorrow night, or by class on Wednesday, my hope is that this is finished. So then I do want you to send me like your actual work and stuff for this. Okay, again, not tonight, just a quick check of 1 through 5 tonight. But then at the end, once everything's finished, then I would like for you to email me either just like pictures of your writing that you've done, or if you like writing, if you want to write your work out on, like OneNote or even Paint or something, whatever that you can just easily send to me that I can look, because I will put this in just as a checkpoint in Summit. So this will be my one. I know I don't usually do that, and I wouldn't if we were actually in school, but this is kind of a way that I can check to see who's actually watching and paying attention and doing the things that I'm asking you to doing, besides the people that I know. That thank you guys that actually talk and contribute and such. Okay, have I still made sense? So overall, today, tonight, just 1 through 5. work with someone. That would be great. I would love that if you did. Okay, I encourage that. Talk with each other, help each other out, work through stuff together. Not physically together, of course. Okay. So tonight 1 through 5 with someone else is the recommendation. Send me a short email that just has your answers to 1 through 5, and I can tell you, and then I can quickly respond and tell you if one of them's wrong that you need to look at again. And then we'll come back to class tomorrow, and we can either talk more. If you have specific questions that you want to ask that might need a longer explanation, then we can talk during this time tomorrow. Otherwise, tomorrow will just be then go ahead and finish 6 through 10 once you know that your 1 through 5 are correct. Kind of look like Pete Davidson. Okay. Is that good? I mean, I know who Pete Davidson is. I know what he looks like. I don't know if it's what I should be striving for. Should I mix it up? Should I go hood then hat? Okay. So, go forth. 1 through 5. Call somebody up, work with them. Not every person, but whoever, if one person just out of the partner emails me, that's great. I don't need every single person to, but send me short, quick email that says, hey, here's what I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, 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 boom. Should just be short. Don't need to show me work right now. I'll tell you if they're right or wrong, and then we'll come back tomorrow, and then we'll start working towards the next part, 6 through 10. Okay, and I will keep track of this through Summit checkpoints. Okay, this will be a checkpoint on Summit. Okay. I think good. Can I go ahead and end it here? Final questions? Or if you just have questions you want to ask me in general right now about I don't know, about any of like the warm-up or about just solving in general or about like a previous homework assignment or something like that, let me know. But otherwise, I'll sign off. And remember, PFAs, okay, when you want to take them, go request them. And I will approve throughout the day. Okay, but right now, I'm checking. I got no requests. So if you feel ready, go for it. I will not require anything specific other than the fact that you request it. Okay. All right. Then go work a bit if you can. Come ask me questions during office hours if you need. But otherwise, just send me that short little email that I can confirm whether your stuff is correct or incorrect for just 1 through 5. All right, hope you guys are doing well. Staying safe, staying healthy. Hope your family's good. And that we're not all crazy yet. I clearly am, but don't follow in my footsteps. Okay. All right, I will see you guys back tomorrow at this time, and we can kind of talk more about the rest of it. All right.